And the first one to be examined is the Terrier. Exhibit number 2703 is a 4-year-old dog sent through today by Mr. Aguso from 1928. The earlier has been the result of crossing the ancient working terrier and the other hound almost 150 years ago. Known as the King of Terriers because he is the largest by far of all in the group, its name comes from either the River Aire in Yorkshire or the Airedale Shore itself, the Airedale Terrier.
Well, good afternoon everybody from a very warm Windsor. You've joined us at the start of the Terrier group judged by Francis King Chapman. So you've not missed anything. That was the first dog to be seen, the Airedale. Two groups today.
A 1-year-old dog sent through today by Miss Imaal from an age of 12.
Handled there by Gareth from Wales.
The Terrier was developed in Australia in the early 20th century along similar lines to the Australian Silky Terrier, like crossbreeding the Yorkshire, Skye, Norwich and Kerry Terriers, all brought by immigrants from the UK. The breed was recognised by the Kennel Club in 1936, the Australian Terrier.
So our commentary in the background is by Stuart Band. And you'll pick up some of Stuart's commentary from my microphone here. He's giving some interesting background to the evolution of many of the breeds. And today's fun fact of the day is Stuart Band was actually blocked by Facebook because he actually thought his name was a rock band. So he's tried many times to get on and he can't. So if you ever find Stuart online, it's with his other half's surname. That's today's fun fact of the day. This is Gareth handling, Gareth from Wales. You should always remember Gareth showing spangles, finger spangles.
Next exhibit is the Bedlam Terrier. This is exhibit number 2766, a 2-year-old dog sent through today by Mr. Small from an age of 33. Bedlam Terrier was developed around 1880 by Northern English miners, possibly by combining Dandie Dinmont, Otterhound and Whippet bloodlines. The breed takes its name from the small town of Bedlington in Northumberland. It was once known as the Roxbury Terrier and can boast a longer traceable pedigree than any other terrier, the Bedlington Terrier. dog on the table is the Border Terrier. This is exhibit number 2811. A dog aged 4-year-old, and he was sent through today by Mr. G. Richardson from an entry of 110. The Border Terrier was bred to go to ground after foxing, bred in the border regions between Scotland and England. It was once known as the Cottesdale Terrier. Its present day name was adopted around 1800, although the breed was not recognised by the Kennel Club for another 40 years later, until 1920, the Border Terrier.
How terrible of the Kennel Club to take 40 years to recognise the breed. How dare they? It was all different in those days, but very good history from Stuart, who's done a lot of research. Frances Chapman, of course, is famous for her Dandie Dinmont terriers, and true to style, wearing her Scottish plaid trousers. Husband Bill King was the brand manager of Pedigree Pet Foods for many years and chairman of the Kennel Club Charitable Trust as well. Just another fun fact. So how's everybody doing? Not responded to any comments as yet, but I will do. After this we'll be showing the hound group. I'm going to try and find out if they're showing a puppy group. And the veteran group. I think they're taking place in rings 17 and 18, further down the other end of this, as you can see, extensive tent.
This is exhibit number 2912, a 3-year-old dog sent through today by Mrs. Foster from an entry of 26. The Bull Terrier came about around 1830, when bull baiting was at its height and a more agile dog was desirable. James Hinks is believed to be responsible for the standardisation of breed type 20 years later, and the egg-shaped head prevailed. No weight or height is stipulated for this breed, the Bull Terrier.
Of course, this is a show that has tickets in every breed. I'm not too sure whether you have a complete terrier group. We had 2 emissions in the Gundog group on Thursday, just for apologies from the exhibitors. So as Francis moves on to the next dog, we'll have a look at some of your comments. Who's joining us on the stream today, brought to you by our dogs.
It's the Cairn Terrier. This is exhibit number 2981, a 3-year-old bitch sent through today by Mrs. A. Waits from an entry 45. Dogs of Cairn type can be traced back to 1500. Believed to have been bred to predate on small animals who hid in cairns or small stone monuments in its native Scotland. When it was first exhibited in 1909, it was known as the short-haired Skye Terrier and recognised as a Cairn Terrier by the Kennel Club in 1912.
So lots of people watching from around the world. Do pop on the stream where you are watching, like Biddy Davis from Kenya. Hi Jerry McCullum, one of our regulars. Alan McCallan says, got Windsor on TV and Glastonbury on the phone. So I assume you've cast the stream to the telly, Alan. Hi Sharon Lewis. Jackie Pillsbury watching in Cumbria where it's raining. Val Chivers is enjoying it from Australia. Jenny Shore says, how's the weather so far? Dry, warm and breezy. That pretty well much about sums it up, Jenny. And Jana Rahman says, go Sarah with the Bull Terrier. Well, you've just seen her go through. If you are supporting any particular person or breed, do let us know. Salvo Azapade, watching the game from Malta, one of our regulars. Thanks for joining. And Jackie Zhang I think in China.
an entry of 23.
Holly Rebecca Phillips, yes, the Hound Group will be streamed on the Our Dog stream after this one.
Francis at Horak by crossing Scottish Terriers with Sealyham Terriers, and was officially recognised in 1963. When it was first introduced to the UK in 1990, the Kennel Club helpfully suggested in its interim breed standard that it was pronounced the Cesky Terrier. This is, of course, the Chesky Terrier. The dog on the table now is the Dandie Dinmont Terrier. This is exhibit number 3020.
Muchas gracias.
The Dandie Dinmont Terrier is believed to have been developed in 1600s by badger and otter. It only received its present-day name some 200 years later, when a similar dog...
Francis's breed, of course, as I mentioned earlier on. This is the Dandie Dinmont Terrier. Hi, Georgina Willets, AJ Beckley, Paula Connor, Christina Barbie, and Anika Moe, I think, watching from Sweden. Caroline Pleasance, sending best wishes, Sarah and Tommy. Hi, Sue in Cambridge. Claire, also in Cambridge, says it's very hot over there. Varun Kumar, watching, I think, from India. Anne Leslie Watkins in Stratford-on-Avon. Hiya. And Gary Denver, Germany. Guten Abend, Deutschland. Alles gut, ja? Jerry, what do you do? Gary, rather, what are you doing over there? And Jose Homan de Mella from Portugal. Bon dia, Jose. Thank you. You're always joining, and it's always nice to have you on board. Eva Christina Bergström from Sweden. We have a lot of Scandinavian visitors here, Eva, as well. And hello, Kimberly in New Brunswick, Canada. Glad you're enjoying the Terrier group here at Windsor. It's the second group of the 7 in the 4 days that we have the show here. And Holly Rebecca, you will be supporting your mum with the Hamilton Stavari. Well, stay tuned. What I might do, I might stop the stream at the end of the Terrier group and reboot one for the Hound group.
The Fox Terrier probably owes its existence to the same types of dog which produced the Boom Terrier and the Black and Tan, now Manchester, Terriers. Uniformity of type was not achieved until the late 1800s, and the original standard was created in 1876 and was the first of the Fox Terriers. This means Fox Terrier.
Handled by Warren Bradley from Wales. If there's anybody you are supporting or any particular dog or breed, do feel free to put best wishes on here. Hi, Jan Rugivi, Joanne Adu, Jackie Pillsbury again, Mark Smith, and Mr. Richard Kinsey. Where are you, Richard? We need your expert advice. We will certainly be looking at you for the top 4 once the cut has been done in a little while. So stay with us, Richard. And here's a good one from Finland, Sirpa Kuvalakso, Huvahuamenta, Finland, and we're looking forward to seeing you all at the World Dog Show in Helsinki in about 44 days, I believe it is. and they've already reached 20,000 dogs entered in the World Dog Show and the breed specialities, and the entries still are open, I think, until around about July the 7th. Although it might cost you a bob or two to enter at this time. I think the final entry fee is €140.
The dog on the table now is the Wire Fox Terrier.
That was the Smooth Fox Terrier with Warren Bradley.
A 5-year-old dog sent through today by Mr. R. Beddington from an entry of 29.
Kinsey says, is that Ivan there with the Lakeland? Yes, it's Ivan Kallela from Malta. He stood next to Bill Brown Cole with the Kerry Blue.
A strain of rough-coated terriers was kept for 55 years by Reverend Jack Russell, who gave his name to a breed with which we are very familiar, but that's another tale. The Wire Fox Terrier.
Oh yeah. Hi Ruth Copping, Thomas Devaney, Jan Rugby again, Karin van Gerven in Holland in the Netherlands, good afternoon. Veronica Smalley, Claire Davis says all of the above, yeah, actually hot, dry and breezy. Nikki Montford supporting Gracie the Glen. If you've just joined us halfway through, you're watching the Terrier group on day 2 at Windsor. It's the second group of the 7. Our judge is Francis Chapman King. And good to see a crowd around the ringside. Of course, there's another group to come, and a lot of people do stay over because they're in the very busy caravan park. Probably around 200 caravans and campers here. Hi Georgie Ashley Smith, Georgina Willett, AJ Beckley, up, Sue Broadridge, Kath Pearson, Helen Gracie. Great to have you all on board here.
The next exhibit is the Glen of Imaal Terrier. This is exhibit number 3.
An Irish breed on the table.
5-year-old bitch sent through today by Mr. T. Harrison from an entry of 22. The Glen of Imaal originates from County Wicklow in Ireland. First recognised by the Irish Kennel Club in 1930 until the banning of badger trials in 1966, the Glen had to earn a certificate at a trial in addition to winning in the show ring before it could be called a champion. The Glen of Imaal Terrier.
In the background, commentary by Stuart Band, giving historical facts. We've got nearly 200 people watching live. Our reach yesterday was over 12,000, which is great. Thanks for your support and following Richmond. Sorry, Windsor rather. I get Richmond from. AJ Beckley I mentioned, Kath Pearson, Helen Gracie, Veronica Smalley. Thank you, Jose Homandamello, who says hello, Mr. Royal Kennel Club honorary member. Thank you very much for that. Hi, Irene Glen. Izzy Gwyatt, Sue Lemon, one of our regulars as well. Hi, Sue. Another Sue there, Sue Broadbridge, Monica Vose, Eric Buchan sending good wishes to everybody. Gary Denver's giving us the background. He's a Yorkshireman living near Dortmund. Of course, we cover a lot of the shows there, Jerry, in Westfalen, Howland. Thanks for the background. You met your wife through Ridgebacks and you're waiting for the arrival of child number 4.
It may be the oldest of all the terriers native to Ireland. Meadow was conferred on the breed in 1918 for, amongst other things, its boldness and complete scorn for danger. The Irish Terrier.
Thank you, Veronica Smalley, for joining. Richard Kinsey, yes, nice to hear you're sitting at home with a cold beer while we're sweating down here. Jenny Shora Wheeler, I would wear very lightweight clothes if you're showing here on Sunday. Marie Corrin, Georgie Smith again. Jeanette Wildig, hello Jeanette. Annette Stella sending best wishes to the Wire Fox Terrier. Hi Liz Home-Leek, you're supporting the Border and the Jack Russell. Well, let's see if they get through to the next stage. And hello Gail McLean, one of our regular viewers from Nova Scotia. Gail says, lovely terriers watching from Nova Scotia, been a while, thanks our dogs and Vince, and you shared it to all your people in Canada, thank you very much. We love Canada.
Next dog to be examined is the Jack Russell Terrier. This is exhibit number 3150, a 1-year-old dog sent through today by Mr. Tina Brecher from entry 44. Australia is credited as the country where the breed was developed in the 1960s and 70s. Officially recognised by the FCI in 1919, the Australian Jack Russell, the UK breed standard, was created incorporating the British Breed Club standard and the Australian and FCI breed standard. The Jack Russell Terrier.
Francis giving a thorough going over of these dogs, as you could imagine. And thanks everybody for joining. Hello Brian Aubrey, again one of our regular viewers, and Alison McGee watching from Washington State in the USA. What time is it there in Washington State? I would say around about 10 o'clock in the morning maybe. Right, I think I've just about caught up with everybody there. Janet Withers has just joined, says good afternoon Windsor, and hello Helen Wayman, also a secretary of a championship show. Congratulations on your recent show, Helen, 3 counties. Probably just over about halfway through the group here. Now another famous terrier exhibitor, Mr. Bill Brown-Cole with Kerry Blue Terriers. Hi Duncan Busiti watching from Malta.
3-year-old bitch sent through today by Miss L. Graham from an entry of 14. The Kerry Blue was developed by the shepherds of County Kerry. Its standard was created at the end of World War I. Puppies are born and can take up to 18 months to change to blue. Together with the shamrock, it has become a symbol of Ireland. The Kerry Blue Terrier.
Right, Alison, over there in Washington State, 8 o'clock in the morning. So, what on earth are you doing watching my live streams at 8 o'clock in the morning? Over your breakfast. And also a nice comment there from the Channel Isles. Lovely to see a Channel Island breeder exhibitor in the group. Good luck, Agatha, and your Irish Terrier. That's from Darren D. Carteret. Now here we have a handler, Bill Brown-Cole, with a Kerry Blue. Bill steeped in terrier history, his father before him as well. Bill showing a lot of the terriers together with his partner Cara Davani. Of course, the terrier group does boast a lot of famous handlers, and we've got one here now showing the Lakeland. This is Ivan Kallela from Malta. So Duncan, you could be watching for this as well. Hi Ken Andrew, thanks for your thanks, appreciate that.
It was recognised by the Kennel Club 9 years later in 1921. It was the first breed to win at both Crofts and Westminster, and this achievement was commemorated by a trophy presented to the Kennel Club by the American Kennel Club, the Lakeland Terrier.
Hi again, Alison McGee. So I'm glad you're getting your fill of terriers here. Hi Jane Pinky, thanks for joining us. Maggie Evans supporting the Sealyham. Val loved the Kerry Blue. I think I've caught you all up as well. Duncan, let's see how Ivan does here. Nice to see him over here again. Now we're just creeping towards the last sort of third of the group. Looking around this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's probably actually about another dozen dogs to see.
Surprisingly, this breed hails from the city by the same name. Rat killing reached its peak in the mid-1800s until the custom of a rat baiting in pits was banned. Weekly shows were, in those days, held in public houses in Manchester, where these dogs had parties of their own, eventually taking the city's name. Originally there were two sizes, and this is the larger of the two, the Manchester Terrier.
I'm assuming you can hear Stuart's commentary in the background, so I'm kind of leaving it to him, obviously giving the background. This dog, of course, is from my hometown of Manchester in the UK.
The dog on the table now is the Norfolk Terrier. I beg your pardon, yes, 3280. 2-year-old dog, 6 foot today, by Mr. Steve Mason, combination 46. The Norfolk Terrier takes its name from county of origin. In the mid-1800s, there was a generic farm dog in Imaal, which was its beginnings, Glen of Imaal, red Cairn Terriers and Dandie Dinmont. And the resultant red progeny emerged the north. This cartilage told me how to tell this breed apart from its cousin, as the explanations of bad racing and cruelty are meant in a dignified fashion. The Norfolk Terrier. The dog on the table now is the Norwich Terrier. This is exhibit number 3288, a 10-month-old bitch, issued today by Mr. Imaal, combination of 30. The Norwich Terrier was once known as the master of the students of Cambridge University. It became locally known as the Trumpington Terrier after the street where many students watched. The breed almost disappeared during World War I. Its devotees are of the opinion that it is more mild-mannered than its cousin. That may simply be a biased view.
A game that was. That was pretty much A+ game. I got that. Sky Sports tried to get me, but I sent me paid.
That's the only job he's going to get then. You've done your A level, you get to
I'm going to get a job.
You know, the problem today is with the light, it might be better. So just had to leave you all alone there for a second. We have the wind problem again here, blowing down the ring boards right behind us. Leslie Crawley here, famous Ragus kennel.
The dog on the table is the Parson Russell Terrier. exhibit number 330, two-year-old dog, sent to today by Mr. P. Julia, from entry 40. Named after the hunting parson, the Reverend John Leslie. The breed is credited with the creation of this type of dog. The recognised short variety of the Jack Russell Terrier was recognised by the Kennel Club in 1990 as the Parson Jack Russell Terrier. This was later changed to Parson Russell Terrier in 1999, and this name has been universally acknowledged since 2008. The Parson Russell Terrier.
So again, catching up with a few of your comments. Maggie Evans got there. Val of the Kerry. Duncan from okay. Giovanna Namanja, hello from Ecuador. Flipping heck. That's amazing that you're watching from Ecuador. What time of the day is it there? Hi Wendy Imrie, Pat Salt watching from the Isle of Wight. Hello Joyce Dancaster, again one of our regulars. I'm assuming the sound is okay and the light, it's very bright outside the tent. Lynn Sadiq is watching in Spain. Hola. Buenas tardes, Señorita Shaw. Francis King Chapman judging our terrier group.
The dog on the table now is the Scottish Terrier. Exhibit number 3362 is a 3-year-old bitch sent through today by Ms. G. Dixon from an entry of 31. The Scottish Terrier was probably known originally as the Aberdeen Terrier.
Ken Andrew, yeah, that is one of the problems. It's a bit in the background and it is quite windy as well, Ken.
Captain Gordon Murray is regarded as the leading light in the breed, and he was strongly supported by the founder and first chairman of the Kennel Club, Mr. Sir Alice Evelyn Shirley, the Scottish Terrier.
It's Stuart Bandy's quite softly spoken, to be honest. So lots of people still with us. Diana Black, Murad Cook, David Roberts, Sue Searle, hi Sue. Paul Brandwood sending best wishes to the Irish. Anne Harlan joining, Helena Quigg. I always like to give everybody a name check. David Roberts, Salamia, that's a good one. Where are you watching from, Salamia? Raywin Dowsett, Nikki Logie, catching you all up. Linda Graham sending best wishes to the Parson Jack Russell, the Parson Russell. And hello Marie Claire Hannigan cheering on from Jersey. Let's hope you get the Irish into the final 8. Let's see whether it makes the cut. And Mr. Kinsey, you can cut that kind of rude joke out. Terrible man, just because you sat at home getting drunk. I'll have you know you're speaking to an honorary member of the Kennel Club. Hope you've got your pencil sharpened, Kinsey. You're picking your best dogs. We had a number of overseas dogs here as well. A guy from Norway won the gun dog group yesterday.
Sent through today by Mr. J. Limatina from an entry of 24.
Good fact, Jenny Shura-Wheeler. What a great fact that. Thanks Maggie Evans for the feedback.
Cairn and Sealyham in Pembrokeshire. We have a vision of the perfect terrier. From a mix of the Welsh Corgi, Dandie Dinmont, West Highland White.
It's really hard to see the screen with the light, you know.
He produced the dog which he then
It's alright on the thing, yeah.
The breed received Kennel Club recognition in 1911. The Sealyham Terrier.
Hi Peter, lots of people watching from the Channel Isles today. Long time no see, Peter Walker. Hi Michelle Dixon, sending best wishes to the Dandy. Thank you Mr. Kinsey. I shall knight you on Sunday. And hello Francesca Cassin. I remember you, Francesca.
the table now is the Skye Terrier. This is exhibit number 3416, a 3-year-old bitch, sent through today by Mrs. Emma Richardson from an entry of 11.
Gemma Merson, who is Whooper Hill Kennels? Give us a clue. Thanks, Ken Andrew. Pictures all good. It's just very, very bright and sunny outside the ring, as I said.
Perhaps the most famous example of the breed is Greyfriars Bobby, who took up a vigil at his master's grave in Greyfriars Churchyard in Edinburgh around 1858 until his death. The Skye Terrier.
Stuart bringing in some of the Scottish history here, talking about Greyfriars Bobby with the Skye. Hi, Anne Leslie Watkins, lots of lovely dogs. Russell Jones has joined us. Good afternoon, Russell. He of the Old English fame. And Keith Mullen. Keith Mullen watching from sunny Grassington. Where's Grassington? No problem, Keith. Thank you, Jenny. Whooper Hill Kennels are the Sealyhams. Lots of parties and things here today. Lots of people joining in the very traditional British and Windsor atmosphere. Some nice singers we've had near the Best in Show ring in the Secretary's office. Hello Sweden, Karina Etanda. Fingers crossed for the Norfolk. There were quite a few. I did a photograph earlier on. There's people from Sweden, Finland, Norway, all around the Norfolks and Norwich earlier on. We're now just seeing the end there of the Skye Terrier.
The Staffordshire Bull Terrier. This is exhibit number 3529, a 2-year-old bitch, sent through today by Mr. T. Norton, who had an entry of 125.
Hi Francesca, was it your birthday recently or the other half? I'll never ever forget you, Francesca. Mr. Graham Hill, hello Graham, there in Wales, good afternoon. And Buonasera Italia, Marco Louis, thanks for joining. Geraldine's talking about lifting the bigger breeds onto the table. Did they not have a ramp? I thought they had a ramp here. Not too sure which breeds they would use it for, but it's a good point. Hi Karen Laws. You, Grassington in Yorkshire. Hey up Mullen. Bevler B is now chatting with our friend Gary in Dortmund, who also knows Grassington over there, yeah. Not Dortmund, in Yorkshire, listen to me. Hi Sophie Blair, Jackie Zhang again, hi Jackie. Biddy's watching still, Claire Perfaxon in Wales, see you on Pastor all day Claire. Showing your Pyrenean mountain dogs I'm guessing. And hello from Kiel in Germany, Anna Lena, sending best wishes again. Jenny, refer back to that last question for what the lady asked at the time. Are there no breeds in this group, Jenny, who would use them? Asking for a friend.
The breed has two coat types. The Irish, which is silkier and wavier than the Hetty or American, which is thicker and fuller. The soft-coated Wheaten Terrier.
So we had some very nice singers early on. Did you like the singers, Janine? I got them to swap their microphones for for ice creams earlier on. If you want to see some of our photos, Alan Seymour's taking some. They're on the main Our Dog site. And if you want to come and see us at the show, our stand is very near to the ice cream van. Also, we're now taking adverts for the World Dog Show magazine. It's going to be a very big issue, and they're going to be a very exciting show in Helsinki coming up in August. So if you want to go in that issue, please message me as soon as possible. Thanks to over 300 people watching us live here on a Friday afternoon. It's 4:25 here in Windsor.
Exhibit number 3597. is a 4-year-old bitch, sent through today by Miss Emma Brown, commenting fell. The Welsh may have a common origin with the Lakeland Terrier, as the Celtic owners retreated to the Welsh Mountains and the Lake District prior to the Roman invasion of Britain. Some claim it may be the oldest existing dog breed in the UK. An early name was the Welsh Black and Tan Rough-Coated Terrier. The Welsh Terrier.
Alison, that's a good question about how many terriers are entering the show. I don't actually have a catalogue with me, so I can see somebody who has got one.
No kissing.
The final dog to be examined is the West Highland White Terrier. This is exhibit number 3612, a 2-year-old bitch, sent through today by Ms. G. Fixer, coming in for 26. The West Highland White Terrier has gone about Terrier Jewelry in our Glen, Scotland, had some white puppies and a litter.
Just checking up on that figure of how many terriers are entered today.
Together to obtain the West Highland White Terrier, which could almost be described simply as a white Cairn to the uninitiated eye, although the Westie has a shorter body and a higher tail carriage. The West Highland White Terrier.
What do you like at maths? So the Airedale started at 2703 in the number, and Westie's finished at 3612. So it's actually less than 1,000 then, isn't it? Yeah, just under 1,000. We're just looking at some of the stats. If you do want any more stats, go to FOSS Data site, because they're doing all the results today, folks. So, well, we think it's probably about 800-900. Oh, and that was the top breed, was it? 125 Staffordshire Bull Terriers. Any other good facts there? And just to answer Anton Agus, can you tell us when the gun dog group is? Yes, it was yesterday. So if you want to go back, it's actually, you can watch it on the Our Dogs live stream, because we saved it, but they're only saved there for 30 days. So what I do recommend is you go to YouTube. There's an Our Dogs YouTube channel, and all the groups and all the recent live streams we've done are now being saved on that Our Dogs Live, it's called. Facebook in its wisdom have decided to delete live streams after 30 days nowadays, so that's the place to go. Jenny says, just missing the miniature bull terrier, we think. John Finney, thanks John. Staffords have been known to use a ramp, but it's up to the judge, says John. He's an expert on the breed. Francis is just having a peruse around the ring as well. Who do you want? There might be, Jenny, but I don't have a catalogue. I'll try and borrow one now whilst Francis is having a further walk around.
Thank you.
Would you just mind passing me the catalogue? Would you mind, just for a second? Just to borrow it. Thanks, Jenny. Thanks. So the total number of terriers I can't tell you, because they're not actually totaled. in the catalogue, unless anybody could advise me.
I've got a list in my folder somewhere.
Could do with that each time. Gerald King is going to supply that information to us, and maybe even for the hound group.
I can give you the whole lot.
Yes, please. That'd be great.
I can't
Thank you.
photocopy it.
Right, okay. So we are getting all the info from Gerald King, Chairman of Windsor, coming up soon. So here's our short list. We've got the Bedlington, we've got the Smooth Fox Terrier, thank you very much. The Border Terrier, the Jack Russell, the Kerry Blue, the Norfolk Terrier.
This time it's the Jack Russell Terrier. Now we have the Kerry Blue Terrier. This time it's the Norfolk Terrier. Now we have the Scottish. We have the Western and White Terrier. Finally, the Sussex Western Terrier.
So that is your final lineup.
All the dogs have had an opportunity of moving to impress the judge, and she's now making a final decision. Very short.
9 dogs for Francis to choose from. Unfortunately, we did have a Wi-Fi blip, so I've moved on to a video. Nice to have a lot more applause around the ring today. Francis is now going to ask for the board. She's made her mind up. And I will be uploading this video shortly, so people will find out who's won the group. And I think she's walking the direction of the Norfolk. I'm not sure, and maybe the Scotty. In that direction, maybe the Westie. I think it's the Westie, actually, is it? Yeah, it is.
And the winner of the Terrier group is the Western and White Terrier.
Second spot is going to go to the Border Terrier.
Group 2 is the Border Terrier.
And in third spot is Bill with the Kerry Blue, Bill Van Cole. And the Smooth Fox Terrier taking 4th spot. Now, apologies for losing the signal. I'm not sure whether Mr. Kinsey has made his selection on the, as he usually would have done on the live stream. So I'm just going to post this now so everybody can see who's actually won the group here at Windsor. And then I'll try and reboot things and we can bring the hound group shortly.
Prior to the presentation of the trophies, can we have the winners go round the ring, please? The Western and White Terrier, the group winner, followed by the Border Terrier.